if we can get this to live stream on our Instagram account, trying to see what that will look like. And we are waiting for everything to pop up and to do what we're doing. All right, and this is a test. I just realized that I had been putting on the other where it said consider this, consider that Friday edition. I apologize about that. That is not what this is. And so I want to try to do a little bit of adjusting here and see, maybe this would be clearer if we do it that way, and take a look and try to, all I can see right now is this is, or is a, on our Instagram account. So if you're watching this and you happen to, all right, so we're making some progress on that. Let's take a look. And we're going to move this over. May have just been too big for the screen, possibly. Trying to get this as a test to be shown on my screen completely on Instagram accounts. And so we'll see. It takes it a few seconds to go over. So we'll see how this works, and we'll try to get this corrected. Any comments if you do anything, if you happen to watch, and if you happen to be watching and you know how to do this better, I would love to be able to know how to better do this for Instagram. Looks like it has to be pretty small. We're going to stick this right there in the middle. And then we're going to let this keep going. This is, looks like I need to make it small. Looks like it was too much for the Instagram feed. Those words were too big. So I'm wondering how it's looking on the other. All right. I'm getting closer. We're going to see if we can do that there. Maybe even a little more. Pretty good there, I think. And then we're going to go to our logo and try our logo here in a second. There we go. And we'll scoot it over just a hair. And that is that for Instagram. Hopefully it'll look the same, look all right on Facebook. I don't know how it's going to look on Facebook. We'll have to see. And waiting for it to adjust and do its thing over on Instagram. And then we will wait for it to scoot over just a little bit. I've got it to the right size, it looks like. Just have to get it centered a little bit more. We'll scoot this over. And see how that works. Looking on that. All right. So we've got that this is a test showing up. I want to go to the logo and see what it looks like. It may be way too big too. We'll have to see what it appears. And we'll have to wait for it. to do its thing. And so we will take a look at what we've got going on here. Waiting for it to connect and to go live and to show it on Instagram. The change. Okay, it just did that. Looks like Instagram's moving a little bit slower to connecting to this. And so we'll give it a second to adapt, a few minutes here. My thought is I'll probably have to make this photo probably a lot smaller too for it to go on. So let's see how this will work. I'm just getting it prepared, waiting for it on Instagram to do what it needs to do. Let's see here. All right, taking it some time. All right, so this has still not gone over to it's moving quite slow today. All right, well, we will end this live stream and see what it does. All right. Oh, there it's moving. Whoa, that is... it just adapted. All right. We're going to make this... Let's move this around a little bit. Play with our logo. And hopefully that we can get this to do what it needs to do. Maybe it won't take it as long. I'll have to see how all of this looks on Facebook too. I don't know. We may have to do some testing in the morning, Sunday morning, to see on Instagram. But we may not live stream Sunday morning. We may just do live streaming on Instagram Monday through Friday and see how that works. Waiting for this to get caught up. I think everything on Instagram is supposed to be a little bit smaller. So we're having to adjust what we do so it's not too big, but that it'll do what it needs to do. Alright, so I'm going to imagine that this is also going to be too small. So we're going to adjust this as well. And we're going to bring this down. If I can. Just small like that. See how that looks. Hopefully we'll be able to get all this straightened out pretty soon. I apologize for how long trying to get this on Instagram. Trying to make everything adjust where it can be seen on Instagram also, which means everything has to be a little smaller. Hopefully it's looking okay on Facebook and YouTube. I don't want to mess those up either, so we're just kind of seeing. And if you're watching and you want to leave a note for me, I am watching live stream. This is a test, trying to get this to work good on Instagram also, because we do things live on Sunday morning, of course, and then Monday through Friday I do live streams, shorter live streams throughout the week. So we're trying to get that to where we can use that Instagram as well, so it can be included. We have Facebook, and we also have YouTube, and we do have an Instagram account, so we're trying to get that where it can be used. We're just waiting for Instagram to get caught up with what we're doing, because it has to go through our streaming software now. But it is important to get this where people, we have about 200 followers on Instagram, and we have 600 or so on Facebook, and I appreciate everybody. So we're trying to make sure that everybody that wants to see us can, and so that's about 800 people that the potential of seeing the services. So we're working on doing that. And while we're talking, if you happen to be watching this far into it, I'd encourage you to look and let people know about our page. We're always trying to make things a little bit better. Our Instagram page is OGBC Livingston, and our there we go. And then our YouTube is also OGBC Livingston, and our Facebook is Oak Grove Baptist Church, Livingston, Tennessee. And so that is what that's getting to where more people, if they're able to watch and to be a blessing to more people, then we certainly want to do that. And so we're getting a lot closer, it looks like, to getting this to where it needs to be. And we're going to take this and see if we can't adjust a couple things here. And we're going to do this here. Oops. I have got two keyboards in front of me, and I'm using the wrong one to try to see how that looks. We'll just put that right up there. And we'll see what happens with that. Let's take a look at Instagram and see what it's doing for me. Oh, that looks much better on Instagram. All right. Looks like we've got that on Instagram. All right. Now let's go back to our logo. See how it looks. That is our slogan, more than a church, a family. And there is the, looks like it's trying to change. There it goes. All right. Now, probably for the scariest part of all, well, I want to have to adjust this for sure. I've got that. I've got that. And this and right here, we're going to have to adjust. Same thing. And see how this looks. That's our consider this, consider that. We do Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And hopefully that will look good here in a second. We'll go to our prayer and praise also. That we do this on Thursday. Make this nice and small and bring that down to the middle. In our cohort update, we do every Tuesday. So we try to give an update of what's going on at the church and birthdays, anniversaries, working on making that better. So if there's anything that we can do to make things a little better, we'd love to hear about it. We're always interested in improving and making things a lot better. All right, let's go try this here with consider this, consider that. The program that we do on Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. Looks like we need to make that a little bit smaller yet. Hopefully that can be seen on. And cohort update looks good. Looks like, almost looks good. We're going to move it back over here. There we go. And then let's take a look at this and see what it does. And then made that smaller. There we go. That should be adjusting. Good. So that looks good. Let's go to our prayer and praise and see what that looks like. Is watching it this long, but nonetheless, it's important. I feel like it's important to get it to where more people can with this portion of it. Need to adapt everything that we record on as far as that goes, waiting for it to do its thing with the prayer and praise. Then we'll go through and check everything. And okay, let's watch it as it works its way through here. All right. Looks like it's trying to do its thing. All right. I have a funny picture of it trying to adjust between prayer and praise, and this is a test. It's kind of squatty all of a sudden. So let's try this. Let's see if that adjusts it any. May have taken it a while for it to adapt to what the screen was doing. And I don't know much about live streaming. I'm trying to learn about it. Let me try this. I want to try something on this. Whoa, easy. That was a lot to take in. What does this do? I just broadened it all the way out. Let's see if it adjusts it. All right, I'm waiting for it to. Okay. Let's make this nice and big. It may just make it squatty looking. I don't know. This is interesting. Well, it may not be real interesting. It's interesting to me to watch and see. I love learning about things. This is something that's interesting to me to learn, especially if it helps us to be able to get to more people and make it available to people. There's moving it. Now it's getting bigger. Bigger. All right. That looks. All right. Says this is a test. All right. So we're going to take, and if that's what that has done, let's go ahead and make this a little bit bigger and see what happens with it then. I'm going to make it the size of, I don't want to go over. There we go. Let's try this. See what it does. All right. And I'm still seeing this as a test on Instagram, but there's the cohort update. Okay. And it's getting bigger, smaller. All right. That doesn't look too bad. Looks. All right. That's looking good. Let's go back to our prayer and praise time then. I don't know why it did that all of a sudden, but now it wants me to make it bigger, make it look better. If you know anything about online streaming, maybe it's because my pictures were out of the frame before. Now we're going to try this one. That one is seeing it. And let's try this, and it's making it bigger. That's okay. We're good. That's looking good on there. Let's go back to consider this, consider that, our show that our broadcast that we do every, whoa, easy there. Easy. Something we do every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday as we're watching to try to get this set up. Okay, let's see how that looks. And we're watching this one. Now let's see what this picture does. Okay, all right, that's okay. All right, so that's looking good. Then what about our slogan then? Since we're adapting everything all of a sudden, it's working pretty good. We're adjusting and just trying to play around to see how this can best fit onto our live stream on Instagram also. And it was messing up a little bit ago, and I didn't realize we could live stream, so now we're trying to see if we can't make it a little bit better. All right. Well, I think I'm going to try. Let's make that one. We don't need all of that there. Whoops. Let's move this. Make it really big. I don't know what this will do on. This may throw Instagram really far off. Let's see what it does. Let's see if we can't get it to not be so. There we go. That's actually looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and fill this box in with everything like we did before. See what it does. And we're going to try that. Goof off with this just a little bit. How does that look? That may be too much. Whoa. Actually, that doesn't look too bad. All right. That looks pretty good. I'm going to keep it. It's a keeper. All right. Then we're going to do our slogan the same way then. So we're going to... Now I got to remember, I also have words on our slogan. That's, whoa, easy. Let's not get carried away just yet. Oh, whoops. I've got to adjust it. There we go. Now let me move this back up here, close to the top. There we go. And let's get this down here. And I'm going to edit this. And I'm going to wait for just a second. And I'm going to try. I keep, I've got two, I'm still working on the wrong keyboard. I don't like my keyboard on my laptop, so I try to use I have another keyboard I use instead. There's that. Now we're going to make this nice and big. Put that back the way it was. All right, let's take a look on our Facebook. Not our Facebook, I'm sorry. Our Instagram. Let's see what it does. Okay. That's looking pretty good. Yeah. All right. We're going to go ahead and take that all the way out to the edge. And then we're going to adapt this. There we go. See how that looks. And we're going to watch on this as we adjust it. That looks pretty good. There we go. It's funny watching it stretch out. Okay, that's a keeper. That's a keeper. Okay. And this one, let's just double check it. Come on through here. We're going to go ahead and... Oh, that's already out as far as it'll go, isn't it? Yeah, that's... All right, let's see how that works. That's looking good. I can see all of that. Okay. That's going to be a keeper. All right. And let's see about this. See how that looks. That's our prayer and praise we do on Thursdays. All right, let's take a look at what this does here. Okay. Oh. Okay. Prayer and praise. I think I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. That's okay for it to be smaller, I think. That probably looks better. We're going to try that and see how it works. And then we're going to, that should be it. We'll double check and wait. This is one of those things that I'm sitting here talking to myself just in case somebody tunes in and you're wondering. This is a test trying to figure out how to get everything on Instagram, as well as, that looks pretty good, as well as on our Facebook page and our YouTube page. That is a keeper. Then our cohort update. That should be a keeper as well. We'll just double check. See what it does. Then we'll go to the scary part. And I want to show you my face. Yeah, that looks good. All right. Whoops, that was the Bible there. All right, that's a keeper. All right. And this is a test, is a keeper also. Okay. Then I'm going to go through and double check them one last time. You say, man, you spend a lot of extra time on that. Well, hopefully when we actually do a live one, it'll look better. And we won't have to worry about trying to do this in the middle of church. That's why I work on this here so that we don't have to try to do it later. All right, this is a test. All right, here we go. I'm going to go through each one of them, and I'm going to hold it for 5 seconds and move forward. Here we go. Here's the first one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jump down here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one. 1, 2, 3, 4. This works now. Okay. 5. And let's see how it does. And once I see that this is a test on there. All right, and here we go. This will be a scary. I've not even combed my hair yet today. I just came straight out and started working. Saturday's my sleep-in day, so you'll have to forgive me. I don't look the best. I want to try to keep it. I don't know what I look like. I look like a mess is what I look like. But there I am. I'm not turning the lights on. This is as much as you're going to see. All right. I tried to get this all taken care of. All right. So there's that. I'm going to go back to this as a test. For my own. Yeah. All right. There it goes. All righty. Well, it looks like everything is pretty good. It's a little squatty on Instagram, but that's about the way best I can get it, it seems like. And because of everything the way it's set up. So as we work on it a little bit more, we'll see what we can do. All right. I appreciate everybody I've had 1 or 2 people come in and out. So